Ugh, looks like they forgot to clean down here again. Oh, hi. I was just getting ready to see what our next assignment from the Institute will be. Guess I've got some cleaning up to do first. Oh, look, here it is. Awesome. Looks like we'll be traveling to West Africa to explore our next trickster, Anansi the spider? Hey, I don't do spiders. Hello? Okay, Anthony, keep it together. You've got this. Our next assignment is to describe the purpose of Anansi and how he reflects the social values of the Akan people. We will analyze how Anansi represents themes of resistance, survival, and ingenuity within Africa and Afro-Caribbean folklore. Looks like Anansi wants to come with us. Okay, here we go. Whoa! It looks like we're in Ghana, the birthplace of Anansi and the home of the Akan people, a West African ethnic group with a rich cultural heritage. The Akan people valued traits such as intelligence, resourcefulness, and resilience. Their polytheistic religion is centered around Nyame, represented by this symbol, who is the creator of the universe. Their mythology contains many lesser gods and spirits, including Anansi, the trickster spider. Like many of the myths we've been reading, Anansi stories were passed down orally for generations. Through these stories, the Akan people preserved important social values for the well-being of their community. Later, these stories traveled thousands of miles to the Caribbean and Americas, where they were brought by enslaved African people. These stories served as a way to preserve their culture and provide hope and strategies for coping with the hardships of slavery. Let's consider the tale, Anansi and the Sky God. In this story, Anansi wants to obtain all the world's stories, which are owned by the sky god Nyame. Nyame challenges Anansi to capture 4 dangerous creatures: Onini the python, Osebo the leopard, a swarm of hornets, and an elusive fairy, in exchange for the stories. As we explore a scene from this tale, Anansi's capture of Onini the python, think about which trickster traits Anansi demonstrates. After accepting the sky god's challenge, Anansi set out for his first task. He went to the river where Onini the python lived and began to argue with himself out loud, saying, "My wife thinks Onini is shorter than this branch, but I think he's longer. How can we know?" Onini, hearing this, stretched himself out next to the branch to prove his size. Anansi quickly tied Onini to the branch with his silk, trapping the python. With Onini securely bound, Anansi easily carried him to Nyame, the sky god. So, what did you notice? What trickster traits does Anansi rely on in his capture of Onini? Pause the video here to record your thoughts. Anansi demonstrates the trickster traits of deception and unpredictability in his scheme to capture Onini. He first deceives Onini by pretending to argue about the python's length, luring him into measuring himself against a palm branch. Then Anansi's unpredictability catches Onini off guard, allowing him to easily capture the python. Want to know how Anansi uses his wit to capture the other creatures? Well, you'll have to check out the rest of the story in your lesson materials to find out. Anansi isn't just a trickster, though. This little spider being able to overcome a more powerful creature shows a whole lot more than just trickery. From this scene, how does Anansi reflect the social values of the Akan people? Pause the video to record your thoughts. Anansi reflects the social value of intelligence by outsmarting Onini. He's resourceful in that he used a nearby branch and a clever trick to coax the snake into the perfect spot to trap him. Through Anansi's actions, the Akan culture emphasizes the importance of using one's intelligence and cunning to navigate difficult situations. Anansi teaches us that success often comes from thinking strategically rather than relying solely on strength or force. Uh-oh, I think I know what this means. It's time for our next destination. Whoa! It looks like we're in the Caribbean. Enslaved African people brought their culture here with them, including stories about Anansi. As these stories were shared, they began to be shaped by the harsh conditions of slavery. New Anansi stories helped enslaved people by preserving their cultural identity and providing hope. One of these stories is Dryhead and Anansi. As you listen to this tale, be on the lookout for examples that demonstrate Anansi's resilience and ability to outwit stronger forces. In this story, Anansi is ravenous and wants to eat an entire pig by himself. When his scheme to trick his wife out of her prize pig backfires, Anansi goes hunting for his next opportunity. Come on, let's see what happens.
As Anansi continued on his way, he heard something fall from a tree. It was Brother Dryhead. Brother Dryhead warned, "If you pick me up, you pick up trouble. If you leave me, you lose your luck."
Wait, hold on. Pick up trouble or lose your luck? Both of those are terrible choices. What do you think Anansi does here? Knowing Anansi, it's going to be something unexpected. Let's find out.
Anansi was unsure what to do, so he suggested, "Brother Dryhead, let's go kill and eat the big fat pig in the sty." And so they did. When the pig was cooked, Anansi said to Brother Dryhead, "We should agree that anyone who can't eat with a spoon shouldn't taste the meat." Brother Dryhead agreed, but since he had no hands, he couldn't use a spoon. So Anansi ate all the meat himself.
So how does Anansi demonstrate resilience and the ability to outwit stronger forces in this tale? Pause your video and record your thoughts. When faced with an impossible choice by a terrifying disembodied head, Anansi doesn't give up or lose his cool. Instead, he takes an unexpected and creative third option, inviting Dryhead to go and eat together. Then, with the goal of a tasty pig all to himself, Anansi sets his trap, tricking Dryhead so that he gets all the food. Anansi is quite entertaining, but he also reflects much deeper meanings. Through his cleverness in outwitting a stronger opponent, Anansi demonstrates the resilience and resourcefulness valued by the Akan people in Africa and throughout the Caribbean. Wait, where are we going now? Okay, I guess we'll see. Oh, we're back at the Institute. Okay, I get it now. These are the world's stories you won from Nyame, the sky god. Are these for the Institute? You know, spiders aren't so bad. Maybe I just need to be a little bit more resilient myself, like our friend Anansi here. Clearly, Anansi's cleverness and unpredictability aren't just for show. They reflect the deeper cultural values of the Akan people and provided a beacon of hope for enslaved African people. Anansi's ability to outwit stronger forces teaches us the importance of using our minds to navigate through situations. As we move forward, think about how these lessons from Anansi's tales can be seen in other stories and real-life scenarios. Hey, check it out! Looks like we've unlocked our next piece of the Codex. Make sure to check out your lesson materials to explore this myth and culture further. The Trickster report will help you to gather up important information about Anansi for the Institute. Good luck out there, and remember to stay legendary.
Hey!